Looking for the best zombie movies of 2020? Warning, this list is not for the faint-hearted. These films are brutal, relentless, and soaked in blood. Forget about slow-moving corpses. Here, the undead are fast, aggressive, and starving for human flesh. Survival is a ruthless battle, and every mistake means death. Block Z. Chaos erupts on the campus of a prestigious Manila university when a patient arrives at the university hospital with a mysterious wound. Doctors don't even have time to make a diagnosis when the patient suddenly starts attacking, tearing people apart. The virus spreads rapidly, turning students and staff into fast, bloodthirsty monsters. In the midst of this nightmare is Princess Joy, known as PJ, a medical student who, along with her friends, is desperately fighting for her life. The campus becomes a death trap, full of zombies lurking in the shadows. There is nowhere to hide, and any mistake means death. The clock is ticking, and their only hope is to find an escape route before it becomes too late. But in a world where death runs faster than humans, is there any later at all? Valley of the Dead, Spain, 1938. Captain John Lozano, a nationalist soldier, is captured by the Republicans. His execution seems a matter of time, but fate is preparing something much worse for him. In a secret military base, experiments were conducted that should never see the light of day. Now a new common enemy appears on the battlefield. Hordes of the living dead, fast, merciless, thirsty for blood. Former enemies must fight side by side, because in the Valley of Death, there are no longer sides in the conflict. There is only a fight for survival. Anyone who falls joins the army of the damned. As night falls and the screams quieten, only one question remains. Is it possible to escape from this nightmare? Alive. Seoul is plunging into chaos. A mysterious virus is spreading rapidly, turning people into bloodthirsty beasts. In the midst of this hellish apocalypse is Jun Woo, a young man trapped in his apartment. The internet stops working. Water and food are running out. Death lurks on the other side of the door, and screams coming from the hallway prove that no one is safe. Every second is a struggle for survival, and loneliness becomes as deadly as zombies. When it seems that there is no more hope, he discovers that there is another survivor, Kim Yoo-bin, in the block opposite. Together, though in separate worlds, they must find a way to escape this hell before it becomes too late. Peninsula. 4 years after South Korea collapsed in a zombie apocalypse, the world has almost forgotten what happened there. But for former soldier Jung Seok, it's still a vivid trauma. When he gets a chance to return to the death zone, he reluctantly undertakes a mission. He is to retrieve a truck full of money from a deserted Seoul. Together with a group of mercenaries, he returns to a city ruined by chaos and death. However, what they find there is worse than they could have imagined. Zombies still roam the streets, but it's the humans who are now the real threat. A gang of ruthless survivors has set up a bloody arena for itself, where newcomers become toys in their sadistic games. Jung Seok not only has to fight for his life, but also find the last remnants of humanity in a world that has long forgotten him. Alone. Imagine that you wake up in the morning and the whole world around you is gone. The phone is silent, the streets are deserted, and something that is no longer human lurks outside your window. Alone is a claustrophobic horror film about a man trapped in his own apartment during the apocalypse. When a mysterious plague transforms humans into mindless, bloodthirsty beasts, Aiden is cut off from the world. With each passing day, supplies run out, the walls begin to overwhelm him, and death lurks behind the door. Hope emerges when he discovers that there is someone else on the other side of the yard, a girl who is also fighting for her life. But in a world where anyone can turn into a monster, can anyone still be trusted? That's the end of our list. The best zombie movies of 2020 delivered intense action and gruesome horror. Which one impressed you the most? Or do you have a personal favorite? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. More rankings are coming soon.